Great. Glad to.
Hello, can you hear me?
Well, thank you for responding. And on a Saturday mid morning, just wanted to go ahead and take this time to talk to you about a position that is available.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
we did see some, from experience that we saw on the resume on Indeed. We wanted to kind of ask you a couple questions based on what we saw, and felt that we can also tell you about the company and about the position, and
Yes,
then we
sir.
can discuss next steps moving forward if it aligns mutually. Um,
Yes, sir.
with that being said, Charles, just want to go ahead and just since the position is being a mitigation tech working for a restoration industry, can you tell me any relatable experience with that?
I used to work with First Onsite. Yes, I used to work with First Onsite. I was a safety supervisor. I went in with no experience at all, completely. So I'm not completely, still brand new to it. But it's been a while since I've done it, so I will have to refresh my memory with it. But yes, I was a safety supervisor. My job with them, I really wasn't doing too much. Oh, I'm sorry. I really wasn't
Yes.
doing too much with them. I made sure I had my own crew of people. I just made sure my crew did everything they needed to do. I had the proper PPE on, and this is pretty much all I did. I was pretty much over all safe, everything, anything dealing with safety, anything we needed tool wise, anything. This is what I was over.
Okay. Just kind of make sure
My
they're wearing the equipment. Everybody was just following safety protocols.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do know how to. I forgot the name of some of the tools we used to use, but I do know how to check the water inside the walls and on the floor. Water damage and everything. I do know how to do that. Like I said, it's some things I just have to be refreshing on with incorporated.
Sure.
It was just
No
some
worries.
things I have to be refreshing on, but I have, had at least a year of experience working with First on site.
Okay. And then this was back when in Texas, I believe it's sold, or is it in Mississippi? Or,
The office was in Texas, but yeah, the office was in Texas, but I was always leaving out of Mississippi because I stay in Jackson, Mississippi. But our main office, corporate office, was in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas.
okay. Great. Great. Thank you for sharing that. Since our location is out in Flowood, so we just want to make sure that it's within the area. And then you stay out according to the resume out in Jackson, so not too far from the office in Flowood.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, great. Tell me a little bit about that. Working for that restoration industry, what would you say were things you kind of liked about it, and then things you kind of didn't like about it?
It was, I mean, you got it in front of me. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. I'm not gonna say I really didn't have too many cons. I didn't really have too many cons about it. Only thing that was kind of frustrating with me, is that when I um when I had my own group of people, like my own crew, it was mixed, mixed races. So it was kind of hard learning different languages and after working with different races and different languages. But other
Different
than that,
personalities.
yeah, sir, that was like my biggest thing. That's like the only thing dealing with their job is what made it hard, having to try to translate what they were saying. But when it came to working wise and anything else, I actually liked the job. It was teaching me something new, especially coming in as a person unexperienced with doing that type of work. It was pretty interesting. Like, I still have a lot to learn. I know I do. And then especially coming in as a safety supervisor, not knowing what was going on, I was learning a lot from them. It was also helping me, building me as a better leader and being more detail oriented with a lot of things as well too. So I really can't say any bad things about the job. It's just that one thing is working with different races, different personalities. But I enjoy it. But at the same time, if you get what I'm saying, it can get frustrating when you have so much to do with a certain little time.
Yeah, and then that's the thing about with the restoration industry. Um, we try to do everything in efficient, try to do it as fast as possible, but of course, following safety protocols, making sure a lot of factors are coming into play. But okay, and then at the moment, sir, we always ask for like timeline. If were to be offered the position, how soon would you be able to start, or are you currently working at the moment?
I'm actually just stopped working at the moment because I was working on the oil rig. But I don't work there anymore. I can't that because I just had a newborn. But I can
Oh, okay.
start. I can actually start as
Congratulations.
soon as possible.
Right, great. And congrats on that. Just had a newborn. Um, so, I know we know the holidays are kind of coming up. Well, just to kind of make sure it aligns, we have a timeline. We're hoping to, well, the plan was to kind of finish out the week, going through candidates, doing these phone interviews, and then the plan is to kind of go through the process probably within a week or 2 weeks. We just want to make sure that timeline, aligns mutually. And with that being said, uh, this position itself does require someone, it's a plus to have the background, for being in safety, having certifications, someone that would generally like working in that restoration industry. Also looking for someone that, is organized, looking for longevity, stability in the workplace.
Yes, sir. I'm very organized. I'm a very organized person when it comes to things. Like if I have an assignment, I love to make sure my assignment is done correctly and it looks nice.
Okay, great, great. Any other experience? I know you said you did work in the oil rig, but any maybe construction background, things like that you worked for?
I want to say around this not on my resume, but I want to say around 2019. I was doing construction for about a good 7 months. We was working out in Pearl. Actually, we was working in Pearl doing the bridge. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I was only there for like 7 months. So I'm not just, and I also took it up in school as well too. So I'm not just perfect. I'm not just perfect at it, but I'm not blind to it either.
Okay. Um, but open to kind of working, with hands and tools, things of kind of, I know you were doing like the safety supervisor role for the restoration industry. This would be more of a hands-on mitigation tech role where we're doing water mitigation, fire mitigation, things like that.
Oh yes, sir. I've dealt with that too. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Good.
like my thing was safety, but I also had to do other things as well. So that was my main job to make sure everything dealing with safety wise was in line. But I also had to work on other things as well too with learning how to use power tools and everything myself too, because I also had to work with the crew as well.
Great, great. So able to kind of lead the crew and work with them. With that being said, one of the final things we ask all candidates, just because when if working for Paul Davis would drive a company vehicle, so we ask make sure there's a valid driver's license and can pass the background check.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, Charles, is I'll tell you a little bit about Paul Davis and about the role itself, and then we'll go from there. So, like I mentioned, Paul Davis is a trusted name in property damage emergency services in the restoration industry. It's a nationwide presence, has franchises all throughout the United States and Canada, and it's been helping property owners restore their properties, whether it's water damage, fire damage, storms, other disasters. So we're looking for someone that can be able to be or have that drive to want to help people. Strong teamwork environment is what we offer, and looking for people to kind of enjoy the hard work, but at the same time be rewarded within the company. Like I mentioned, be organized and want to continue to get certifications because we would need eventually a water restoration technician would need to be certified. Also for a couple other certifications that we'll be able to offer. Taking some courses and then taking the test. Good customer service skills. Okay.
I was gonna ask, you said about those certifications. Will you all help me get those certifications if if I am brought onto the job? Are you all able to help me get those certifications?
Company will help out because I know there's some companies that doesn't require like the individual to have the certifications. They kind of use the company's certification, but we want to make sure that all the technicians are certified. We want to make sure that it's a cultural fit. We have Paul Davis's core values of truth, values, vision, and mission. So we want to make sure that the candidates kind of apply to that. With that being said, what we're going to go ahead and do, Charles, is due to the fact that today's Saturday, we closed out this week with candidates. We just wanted to kind of go ahead and get to know you a little bit better when it comes to the background from your resume. So thank you for that. We're going to Monday go over all the candidates. And then the next step would be if we decide to kind of move forward, we can go over for more towards an in-person interview. Sound good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great, great. So just to confirm, this is the best number to reach you at, and I think there was an email that was on file.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
believe it says Sus, sphi@gmail.com. Is that the best email?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's correct.
Great, great. So we have your contact information. We're going to evaluate candidates. We just kind of wanted to, ask you a couple more questions. So thank you for that. And then we will follow back up with you Monday, Tuesday, the latest, to discuss the next steps.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday and take care, Charles. Talk to you soon.
All right. You too.